Good evening. You are listening to Studio 7 from the Voice of America on Wednesday, September the 1st, 2021. And this is Livetalk Diaspora Forum. I'm Jonga Kandemiri.
And I'm Gibbs Dube in Maryland.
We would like to inform you, our listeners, that because of the coronavirus pandemic, we are not able to give you our usual show, and we will not be able to call in since we are broadcasting from our homes.
This evening, we are discussing COVID-19, the decline in new cases and deaths, and also the detection of a new variant, the C.1.2 in South Africa and other nations.
We are also going to discuss about the Zim Expo CFI conferences in Dallas, Texas this weekend, where Zimbabweans in the diaspora will be able to hear more about the diaspora policy from government representatives.
But first, before we go into many of these other issues, let's look at what is happening in Zimbabwe. The Minister of Health has reported that there were 3 deaths yesterday from COVID-19 and 192 new cases. At the same time, the ministry reported that from last year, the country has recorded 124,733 cases, and out of these cases, 113,057 have actually recovered. The country has so far recorded 4,419 deaths, and it seems as if many people are actually dying. And at the same time, people that have been vaccinated for the first time are totaling 2,582,705. And those that have received their second dose of the COVID-19 vaccine are 1,636,498.
Scientists have detected the C.1.2 variant, which they say is concerning mutations. The variant first discovered in May is already present in 6 of South Africa's 9 provinces and in countries like DRC, Switzerland, New Zealand, Mauritius, and Portugal. Scientists say the variant has traits that are difficult to treat.
Kambe mahlabezulu linjani lapha likhona endaweni zonke zomhlaba ezijiyeneyo namhlanje ojonga-ke lapha sihlafuna indaba ezijiyeneyo. Ulokuqala ngole COVID-19 ukuthi kwenzakalani eZimbabwe. Siyabona ukuthi-ke kulabantu abathathu ababulewe i-COVID-19 izolo elizweni. Kwathi-ke abayi-192 ngabantu abahlolwe batholakala bele COVID-19. Kusenjalo-ke uhlangothi lwezempilakahle lubika ukuthi kulabantu abayi-124,733 asebahlolwa batholakala bele COVID-19 kusukela ngoMbimbitho nyakenye. Kunani leli sokulabantu abafika 113,057 asebakuphepha kumkhuhlane we-COVID-19. Bese kusithi-ke abantu abafika 4,419 bathathwa umkhuhlane we-COVID-19. Uhlangothi lolu lubika njalo ukuthi sokulabantu abafika 2,582,705 asebejovwe okokuqala ijekiseni ye-COVID-19. Kuthi asebejovwe okwesibili sebefika 1,636,498. Sikhuluma nje okwamanje kukhanya ngazani sokulenye njalo i-variant kumbe ngithi umkhakha omunye owe-COVID-19 okuthiwa yi-C.1.2 otholakale kwele South Africa. Siyakhumbula ukuthi-ke ngomabasa bake bakhuluma ngakho khona ukuthi kulo mkhakha lowo, kodwa kukhanya-ke ungani uyamemetheka khona ngale kule South Africa. So kukhanya ngani umkhakha wangikhona uyadibanisa okuningi okukhanya ngazani kungahlupha abantu. Kuzobuya-ke lo nyaka siyakwazi ukuthi kule Zimbabwe Expo khonapha-ke kwele USA, so ibizwa kuthiwa i-Zim Expo stroke CFI conference eDallas, Texas. So siyakwazi ukuthi kumele kwenziwe lokhu ngempela viki. Kunabantu abaningi abakhangelele ukuthi bangahamba-ke endaweni le ukuthi baye kuze ukuthi kambe uhamba njani elizweni leZimbabwe. So-ke sime njalo-ke Jonga.
Ndizvo Gibbs, nhasi vadiwa vateereri nevatariri tiri kutarisa nenyaya yedenda reCovid-19 munyika. Tinoona kuti nezuro hurumende yakazivisa kuti kwakashaya vanhu vatatu uye vamwe vanokwana kuita 192 kana kuti 122 vakawanikwa vaine denda irori pavanhu vakavhenekwa nezuro. Tichitarisa kusvika kupera kwezuva nezuro musi waAgasti 31, 2021 kana kuti nyamavhuvhu 31, 2021 Zimbabwe yane vanhu vanokwana kuita 124,773 vabatwa nechirwere ichi, tingati zviuru 124 nemazana 883, kusanganisirawo vanhu vanokwana kuita 113,057 vapora, kana kuti zviuru 113 ne50 vapora kubva kudenda iri. Asi tisakanganwa kuti nyika yarasikirwawo zvakanyanya neupenyu hwevanhu vanokwana kuita 4,419, kana kuti zviuru 410 nevapfumbamwe 4,419 vanhu vashaya kubva kudenda iri. Tichitarisawo kusvika kupera kwezuva nezuro, vanhu vanokwana kuita 2,500,000 nemazana 805 vakanga vabayiwa nhomba yekudzivirira COVID-19 yekutanga. Panyaya iyoyi yedenda reCovid-19, tiri kunzwa kuti nyika dzinosanganisira South Africa dzakawana zvakare utachiwana hutsva hwedenda irori reCovid-19 hunonzi C.1.2 huri kunzi hunokatadza kana kuti hunopedza miviri yemunhu nguva diki diki kudarika mamwe mavhariant kana kuti humwe utachiwana hwanga huchiwanikwa. Tinoona kuti nyika dzanga dzichindengendeka nevhariant yanga iriko iye zvino izvi, but manzwiro atakuita iyo itsva iri kunzi hanzi inotapuriranwa nokukasika, uye yakutowanikwa munyika dzinosanganisira South Africa, Switzerland, DRC, New Zealand, Mauritius nePortugal. Nemafambiro anoita nyika, tisakanganwa kuti nyika pasi rose rangove ngati global village. Munhu anogona kumuka nhasi ari muno muAmerica, mangwana anoedzerwa kune imwe nyika muAfrica akupi. Saka denda rinogona kunge rakutotenderera munyika dzakawanda kudarika idzi dzatiri kunzwa nezvadzo. Ndo imwe nyaya tichakurukura. Tichatarisawo nezviri kuitwa nevana veZimbabwe vari muno muAmerica. Pane inonzi Zim Expo yakabatana gore rino neChristian Fellowship International kana kuti CFI, vari kuita misangano yavo kuDallas mudunhu reTexas. Ikoko tinonzwa kuti kune zvakawanda zviri kuitika, kusanganisira vaimbi vakabva kuZimbabwe vachanga variko ikoko, vanosanganisira Sandra Ndebele, Signal, Toki Vibes, vaMechanic Manyeruke nevamwe. Pamusoro pezvo tinonzwawo kuti gore rino kune vamiriri vehurumende vanenge variko kuti vanga vachitsanangura pamusoro pemutemo uri kunzi uri kuumbwa nehurumende unenge uchibata nyaya dzakananga nevari kunze kwenyika kana kuti vari kudiaspora, mutemo unonzi weDiaspora policy. Tinonzwa kuti ivo vashandi vehurumende variko vakamirira kunge vachipindura mibvunzo nekutsanangurira vana veZimbabwe zvakanaka nezvakaipira mutemo iwoyu. Asi handitarisira kuti pane zvakaipa zvinenge zvichitarisirwa zvinozobva kubva kumaonero evanhu ivo vanenge vachitsanangura manakiro emutemo iwoyu. Zvimwe zvatinonzwa zviri kunyanyotariswa munyaya iyoyo, ndikainingoti verenge Gibbs muDiaspora policy, hanzi the government further acknowledges that the Zimbabwe diaspora wishes to be engaged as active citizens in national dialogue and affairs as they bring international exposure and lessons to the table. To this end, a directorate was established in the ministry, and this directorate, the mandate is to attract diaspora investment into the country's economy through the recently approved diaspora policy and engage Zimbabweans living and working in the diaspora, and emphasizing that Zimbabwe is ready for such investments. Ndo dzimwe nyaya dzinenge dzichitarisirwa kunge dzichikurukurwa iko kumusangano weZim Expo nevamiriri vehurumende vachitsanangurira zvakanakira mutemo iwoyu, kuti unenge wachipamikana kuvana veZimbabwe vari kunze kwenyika kuti vanga vachikwanisa kuisa kana kuvamba mabhizimusi nezvimwe zvakadaro kunge vachipindawo munyaya dzinobata nyika yeZimbabwe Gibbs.
Kunjalo konke ukwethula ngujonga ukuthi khona ngale kuZim Expo kuyabe kuhlangane lezokholo, ukholo lwesiKristu okuyabe kusenziwa into ezitshiyeneyo. So-ke nxa sikhangela khona ngale kukhanya ngani leziphathamandla zikahulumende ziyabe zikhona eDallas, Texas, lapho kuyabe kule Zim Expo. Kukhulunywa-ke ngokuthi idiaspora ingenzani ukwenza ukuthi ilizwe leZimbabwe lithuthuke. Siyakwazi ukuthi-ke kulabantu abaningi kakhulu abahlala emazweni atshiyeneyo abafisa ukuthi ngabavota kwele Zimbabwe. So bathi nxa lifuna ukuthi sincedise khona ngale Zimbabwe lisinike phela ilungelo lokuthi sivote. So ngokunye kwangikhona khona ukujonga. Bese kubuya njalo lokuthi i-diaspora investment, ukuthi umuntu nxa efuna ukuyatshala imali yakhe kwele Zimbabwe uyafuna phela ukuthi kube le security ukuthi i-security of property kungani yakhuthazwa okunye okumangalisayo. So-ke elezimbabwe lithi lona lizimisele ukuthatha abantu ukuthi bathi hayi ngenani ezimbabwe lisebenze. So singaqhubeka ijonga sike sizwe-ke ingxoxo eyenziwe ezachisa Sibanda with one of the people in Bulawayo concerning, COVID-19 and, school fees and all those kind of things. Let's hear the piece there.
Yebo Ndlovu. Unjani uNdlovu ngapha ekhaya?
Ekhaya useMatopa.
WeMatopa. Lapha ngiyabona uphuma lapha ke isikhathi sekhona kodwa sokuchisa uvela hlatshwa. Uvela hlatshwa.
Uvela hlatshwa.
Bakunjani wona?
Hayi, angizwa lutho kodwa.
Awukezwa lutho. Ngesibili nje uyakuqala.
Hayi, ngiyokuqala.
Khona uzaphendula. Usuke eMatopa uzohlatshwa umbuhlala bedrobha.
Hayi, hlalela ngapha eduze ngapha.
Oh. So kodwa bathini ngalomkhuhlane ukhona nememetheka? Kuba singcono.
Nxa sisho wathi usibangcono.
Sibangcono. Kunganathi ngahlatshwa lesikhathi sonke lesi usafuna ukubona. Usayisawa.
Isikhathi saphona isokade singathi amalayini abamanenge ngale ngapha esikhona.
Okay, wena bekhona abakubulawo nga?
Ngapha eFountain la.
Oh, eFountain. Okay, akula clinic ngale.
Hayi amaklinika azayisibuya ngapha besilande ngale manje sesibanengi sigcine ilanga litshona.
Unkosikazi unga?
Unkosikazi naye lapha eFountain.
Sehlatshwe.
Hayi yena bengabuyanga yena. Yena bengabuyanga.
Wena ufuna uqala uhlatshwa ufuna unkosikazi ahlatshwe ufuna ukuthi hayi
ngakuthatha la yena uthi uhamba nemuli nabantwana.
Oh, abantwana bangaki?
Abantwana nje 4.
Okay. Lokho ucina. Yiko uncane ocina.
Lokho. Hayi khona uncane kula lokho.
Okay, bayafunda kodwa.
La bayafunda lapho.
Ithini school fees? Njengoba azikhwelile.
Kusho ukuthi njengoba sithi ukuthi kuvilo neli khona siyakuzwa ukuthi bakhwela besithi. So lathi
ngomvulo bavula abancane.
Bavula abancane.
Awura mntwana osesekondari.
Hayi. So asekondari sakhe.
Manje wena ngokhala ungakhuthaza abanye ukuthi bahlatshwe yini bebe bangahlatshwa?
Mina ngitokhululekileyo zokusisho engahlatshwa.
Wena uhlatshwe ukuthi uyafuna umbuye sabela ukuthi kuthiwa lo mthetho ukuthi awugade ozupco awungene ebhenki awuthini wahlatshwa?
Hayi.
Vele uhlatshwe ukufuna kwakho.
Ukufuna kwami nje kuphela ukuthi hayi nxa kwinto elaphayo welaphe kuphela.
So kwambona umuntu ogula ngeCovid.
Hayi.
Azakumbona. Lofe ngayo azakumbona azakuzwa naye.
Hayi ayaphonguzwa kuphela kodwa kanti ngendlela yabe senziwe ngayo yabe singasamboni.
Kasamboni. No Ndlovu siyabonga ngesikhathi sakho.
Hayi kulungile.
So there you are, Joga. So Ezochisa Sibanda was talking to a resident of Bulawayo about COVID-19. So basically what this gentleman was saying, that is Mr. Ndlovu, he was saying, he voluntarily went for vaccination. So he says he is fit to do that, but his wife has not yet been vaccinated and kids. So he says they'll go at their own time, and he's happy that he has been vaccinated. So, and he's also happy that the number of cases, COVID-19 cases, is actually going down in Zimbabwe. So he says, yeah, that's good news, and maybe these vaccines may be helping a lot, according to him. Yeah.
Yes, and Gibbs, remember we had from yesterday's cabinet meeting that children between 14 and 18 years old were strongly encouraged to get vaccinated. And I think that's a positive development too. Remember, schools just got opened, and also, but the gentleman I spoke with for our show, Mr. Itairu Sike of Community Health Working Group, he said that I think there should be some consent from parents and guardians before these 14 to 18 year olds get vaccinated. Yeah.
Yes, so you can go ahead now. I think we've got our first guest.
Yes, tinawo pa vanyarikani vedu vekutanga vari muchirongwa ndavatawanda zvokora vanoisa chigaro vebato reMDC Alliance mudunhu reNorth America. Makadi vadzokora?
Tipo makadi muri Zimbabwe yakatera.
Aiwa tinovapenyu. ndiri kuona kuti kamera yenyu yakati tarisei mudenga sterek, saka imi muri kuzongooneka kubva pachirebvu zvichingoti kwirei. Yeah, I think, thank you so much. Yes, Mr. Diaspora, what's your take on the developments back home with regards to COVID-19? We have seen a very encouraging development, especially on the decline in deaths and new cases.
We welcome what the Minister of Health is doing, especially what you just said here, that they're encouraging young people under the age of 14 to 18 to be vaccinated. We as the MDC Alliance have been very steadfast telling Zimbabweans to go and get vaccinated. And we will continue to ask people to do the same. It helps. We are seeing it here that the COVID-19 impact here in the USA has greatly been reduced because a lot of people, millions of people, have been vaccinated. So we continue to encourage Zimbabweans in Zimbabwe and outside Zimbabwe to get vaccinated.
And also we heard from the minister responsible for information, Ms. Monica Mutsvangwa, that those are coming from countries that were marked as hotspots, like India, were no longer or are no longer required to be quarantined. What's your take on that?
Yeah, those are the mistakes that we continue to see our government making. There is no reason why they should be relaxing rules at such a critical point. Zimbabweans are dying as we are speaking. More than 4,000 people have lost their lives. So for us to do what is contrary to what all the other countries are doing, here in the USA, if you're coming from South Africa, if you're coming from a hotspot country, you are not allowed. And the US has made it very clear. Even the people from the United Kingdom, from Europe, all those people are not allowed to just come in the United States because they are protecting their people. And that's exactly what we expect of the Zimbabwean government. They have a responsibility to protect the Zimbabwean people. And one way of doing that is making sure that all those people that are coming from countries that are considered hotspot by all the countries should not be allowed to just come in the country like that. So I don't even know what is going on with my Monica Mutsvangwa to make such an announcement.
Thank you so much, Wadzokora. We are trying to reach out to Mr. Regis Charumbira Vusango, the ZANU-PF North America chairman. And let me see if we can get hold of him on the phone. Vacharumbira Vusango Makadi. Aiwa ndiri mupenyu ndine urombo tazoita zvekufonerai panhare nekuti ndofunga network inenge iri kutinetsei, asi kana muchikwanisa henyu kuzopinda palink yatakupai zvakanaka zvichose. Asi timbonzwa kwamuri kuti munoti tiri kukurukura nenyaya yekuti vanhu tinoona kuti vanhu vatatu chete nezuro ndo vakashaya kubva COVID-19. Hongu watatu vanhu vakawanda, asi tichienzanisa nezvanga tichimboitika mazuva apera tichiona kuti paita kutseketudzika kwakakura kwazvo kwekuti namba yatidzikirei kana kuti hwando hwadzikira. Zvimwe chete nevari kubatwa vaine utachiwana nezuro kwakawanikwa kune vanhu 192. Vanga vachitaura avo ndava Tawanda Dzokora veMDC Alliance vari kuti aiva vanotenda matanho akatorwa nehurumende ekuti vanhu vanga vachidzika, hwando hwevanhu vari kubatwa neCovid-19 hunge huchidzika, asi vari kushoropodzawo matanho akafanana nekuti vanhu vanovhurirwa kunzi vanga vachipinda vasingaende kukwarantini vari kubva kunyika dzanga dziine denda riye reDelta variant. Izvi zvamungataura wemi?
Ndinotenda Majonga Vadzokora semunhu ari kuopposition, munhu ari kuita basa rake rokutsoropodza government, ndo zvinoita opposition, ende tinotozviziva ndosaka ichinzi opposition, kutsoropodza zvese zvinenge zvichiitwa negovernment zvakanaka, asi hazvirevi kuti kutsoropodza kureva kuti government inenge ichikonewa. Itu government yedu iro yavamunangagwa iri kugona, nokuti mukaona kuti pakatanga mavariants aya achibva kuSouth Africa, taitofunga kuti pachaita disaster yakanyanyisa. Of course takarasikirwa noupenyu hwevanhu, vatoda kutenda mutungamiriri wedu watinaye comrade Idi Mnangagwa, mutungamiriri asingatsveyani, anoti kana akati ari kuita chinhu anochiita. Vajonga tiri kuona isu kuti mishonga iri kupinda mavaccines ari kupinda muZimbabwe ari kupinda on a weekly basis. The president Mnangagwa vari kutraya by all means to make sure kuti mishonga iyi yasvika everywhere. Vanhu vari kuvaccinatiwa, zviya zvokuvaccinatiwa zviya. Tiri kuona kuti pakatanga variant iyi yokuIndia Delta, mishonga yanga isati yanyanya kupinda. Mishonga yakazopinda vanhu vazhinji ndokutanga kuvaccinatiwa. Zvinova zvakaita kuti vanhu vazhinji vachimira kubatwa nechirwere nokumira kufa. Death rate redu radzika, marati vanhu vatatu chete. Handitika zvinhu zvokuti tofana kutotenda Mwari nokutenda kuti makatipa leader une muono wakanaka. Ende zvinhu zvatinokurudzira kuti vana veZimbabwe takataura tikati idai munobayiwa nhumba, nokuti zvemaconspiracy hazvisevenzi zvakanga zvitaurwa nana Job Scala nana Chamisa kuti hatibayiwi iwo manyanorweseri unobayiwa. Handi maona manje kwakuri kuda kuseta apo vanhu kuti government ite sei inzi kuZimbabwe government yaIdi Mnangagwa yatadza vanhu vari kufa neCovid, it does not know what it's doing. Vanoda kutenda Mwari newisdom dzaakapa kuna president wedu comrade Idi Mnangagwa kuti vari kushanda semunhu wakati the voice of the people is the voice of God. For sure that concept has worked for Zimbabwe. Saka ndoda kutenda kuti manumbers edu adzika, manumbers evanhu vari kufa ari kuita achidzika, ende tiri kuona kuti vari kubatwa neCovid-19 yacho manumbers avo futi ari kudzika. Vanhu vazhinji ko zvino vavaccinatiwa, zvikoro zvedu zvavhurwa. Then pane nyaya yavataura vajonga, ndichipedzisa zvangu kuita time yenyu, yavataura yakataurwa navaMonica Muchangwa, minister wedu weinformation. Vadzokora atinga vaunderstand kana vachiverenga news dzokuZimbabwe ngavaverenge zvakanaka, vaunderstand kuti zvinorevei zvakataurwa, nokuti vakataura vachiti kana ukabva kunyika inenge ine Delta variant, as we are speaking now hakuna nyika isina Delta variant. Kurati anyone anotravela anotodarika nepane Delta variant kana kuti unenge uchitobva kune Delta variant. But ivo vari kuti kana wakavaccinatiwa unoshowa paairport kuti wakavaccinatiwa, wotaridza certificate yako kuti ndakavaccinatiwa, then hauendi kukwarantine. But kana ukabva ikoko usina kana certificate, usina kana kushowa kuti ini ndakambovaccinatiwa, unoenda kukwarantine. Handizvidi baba havana kupaona here, ndozvakataurwa paya vachiti ivo kana munhu akauya akavaccinatiwa anoenda haachadi pakwarantine, unobva angoenda kwaari kuenda. Same thing nematicha edu atataurirwa kunzi maticha edu kuzvinhu zvese zvavhurwa kunzi so long masports vataura vakomana vearts vaicomplain nevasikana kuti todii isu vearts yavhurwa, of course nemalimited number, I think about 70 indoors, but kuri kunzi vanenge vachiconducta vanofana kunge vari vaccinated. Saka handisi kuziva ini kuti vedu veMDC ava zvishongoro zvavo izvi zvinombobva kupiko. These are unfounded allegations that vadzokora. Tinokumbirawo kuti please musati mauya pachirongwa chakadai ichi, verengai muterere kuti government yeZimbabwe yapasa mutemo wokuti kwete kuya kurevera nhema zvakashata.
Maita basa vacharumbira ipapo timboti yakadaro tisandaenda kuna vadzokora ndoziva vari kupindura. Munoziva imwe nyaya iri kunetsa panyaya yemacertificate hazvisi kuitika
or maybe I chip in with one guy here.
Okay,
yeah.
I just wanted to put forward something to give before I come to you. I just wanted to say, the issue of certification. Some people they produce fake certificates, yes, and so there's need for scrutiny. That's what I wanted to say.
Oh, okay. Yes, we also have Mr. Busani Busontini. He is here in USA. Mr. Ntini, welcome to the program.
Thank you, Mr. Julia. How are you?
Oh, very fine. How are you?
Doing well.
Wonderful. So, just tell us about what's going on, around you there in Upper New York. In terms of, COVID-19, we see that there are some very high numbers these days, in USA. So, what's going on there?
Yeah, as you know, schools opened about 2 weeks ago. In our area, and I think it is the same for pretty much all the areas in the US. And with schools opening, definitely cases have gone up. I think we are now averaging about maybe 3,000 plus cases a day which is equivalent to what we experienced sometime in November of 2020. So definitely when you look at the trend, things are going up. They are not slowing down in New York. I know there are other states that are even hard hit, but in New York, definitely the trend is going up.
So lina khonapho ke lizivikela njani kumkhuhlane lo xa ungatshela ke uZulu babonithini?
Kunenkinga khonapho Dube ngoba ungakhangela amakhampani amaningi ade sevumela ukuthi sikuyele emsebenzini. So lesitshele ukuthi hayi nxa uvaccinated hayi per the CDC ama-regulations you don't need a mask. But mina ikhampani yami izolo isikhuphe izinqumo ezintsha. Kade sokuthiwa sokumele sigqoke ama-mask. Singaba sendaweni e-office nolabantu abadlula 20 sokumele sigqoke ama-mask. So i-CDC ngangithi yenza imithetho kumbe ama-guidelines ebelula masinyane njalo abantu besethi nxa bengena emsebenzini bekuma-conference room bezihlalele next to each other bethi hayi thina sesahlatshwa i-vaccine akusela hlupho. Yebo siyakwazi ukuthi abantu abahlatshiweyo ama-chances okuthi begule bekuma-ICU malutshwane, kodwa iqiniso ukuthi ngitsho uma wahlatshwa ungaba exposed emuntwini olayo i-corona, kule chance ukuthi ungagula kumbe la uhambe uyetransmita kwabanye abantu abangakahlatshwa ikakhulu abantwana. So yikho esikukhangeleyo khathesi ukuthi yebo sesibuyele emsebenzini kodwa i-CDC isitshela ukuthi hayi alisadinga ama-mask, le physical distancing ingasaqakathekanga kakhulu. Kodwa besebephendula bethi hayi ngitshoma wahlatshwa so kumele ubuyele kuphela vele sikwenza ukuthi ugqoke i-mask, sanitize your hands and self-distance. I think that is a sweet point.
Yeah, so cela ukufaka ngesikilungu khona okade ukhuluma ngakho.
What I was saying is that in New York cases have been going up, given the fact that people have been going back to work. The CDC had given the guidelines that we no longer need to wear masks if we are in our offices, if there's less than 20 people and we have been vaccinated. However, for my company, for instance, as of yesterday, they have walked back the whole, those guidelines. Now we are required to wear masks anytime that we are in the office, whether you're vaccinated or not. So it's a departure from what the CDC has been preaching, telling people that those that are vaccinated shouldn't worry, you're protected. They were downplaying the issue of transmittal, which personally, scientifically, I don't understand why people believe that if you're vaccinated, you cannot catch the virus and transmit it. But that's an argument for another day. But definitely what we're seeing in New York with people going back to the office, there's a chance that we may have to go back to working remotely again because people are getting sick, especially those that are not vaccinated.
Thank you so much, and stay on the line. Chonga, I think we still have Mr. Sokora. Mr. Sokora, can you see me?
Yes.
Okay, let's go ahead, but adjust your camera. Just adjust your camera a bit. Yeah. Okay, let's go ahead. Chonga.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just shocked that Mr. Regis doesn't consider the death of more than 4,000 Zimbabweans as a disaster. He is belittling that, saying he thought that it was going to be a disaster, but thank God for Emmerson Mnangagwa, it wasn't a disaster. It is a disaster when in a country of 14 million people, more than 4,000 people loses their lives. I sincerely believe that half those people, if not 3/4 of them, would not have died if the government had stepped in at the time when everyone else was telling the government to close its borders. So it's unfortunate that ZANU-PF does not see the death of more than 4,000 Zimbabweans as a disaster, just like they don't see the death of 6 people that get shot in streets by soldiers as a disaster, just like they don't see the death and the murder of more than 20,000 people that were murdered in Matabeleland, they say it's not a disaster. Just like they don't see the suffering people right now, suffering of Zimbabweans that are not getting any support from the government during COVID-19. It's not a disaster to them. But I can tell Mr. Regis that people are suffering, Zimbabweans are suffering. Most of the countries that Zimbabwe relate with are helping their people. They're giving support. They're giving social and economic support to their people. And this is non-existent in Zimbabwe, despite the fact that Zimbabwe has received millions of dollars from donors from America, from the United Kingdom. Right now, as we are speaking, Zimbabwe was given more than $1 billion, and they were given that as support of the country to what has been caused by the COVID-19. So we hope that they are going to use that money for the people of Zimbabwe, for the benefit of the people of Zimbabwe, to make sure that health facilities in Zimbabwe have everything that they need. We hope that the lives of Zimbabweans are going to improve as a result of that $1 billion. So varege kuuya pano vachitaura kuti kufa kwevanhu zviuru zvina munyika yedu diki kudaro hakuna basa. Zvinoshatirisa.
Thank you so much. Regai tinzwe Vusango pindura itinzwe.
Unoona vajonga munoona politics dzinoitwa namadzokora hadzisi politics dzinovaka nyika yeZimbabwe. Right now, when you look at the almost $1 billion that was given, Chamisa and these Zokoras, they were going to lobby for Zimbabwe not to get that money. It's like Zokora, you are becoming like a witch of Zimbabwe. It's pathetic the way you guys do things. Now you are talking about the $1 billion that you were fighting for us not to get the money. That's why I said, Comrade Idim Nangagwa, we were given it by God. All the things that you are planning for him to not work, it's working. What you need to do is to wake up from your sleep and smell the coffee. Zimbabwe will continue to grow. The economy will sustain, regardless of all the activities you do in the dark. Fighting Zimbabwe, left, right, and center. Go and lobby for sanctions, you go and lobby for writing letters to the International Monetary Fund. That is Zimbabwe should not get a single cent. Tell me that you are patriotic. What you are actually doing is you are going to pay for it, Zokora. I want to tell you, you are going to pay for all the inflictions that you have been putting to the children of Zimbabwe. People are watching.
So are you threatening me now?
Listen.
Vacharumbira tidi kuti mutaure zvinenge zvinetyisidzira vamwe. Inei discussion yakasununga iri open. Yes, but Iowa, we don't want you to threaten. Yes, we don't want you guys to threaten each other.
Talking about the $1 billion that we were given, they were writing letters in the National Monetary Fund for us not to get the money.
Yeah, but you should not threaten anyone.
No. The thing is, we are taking time for people like Zokora. They cannot continue to be patriotic while they go behind doors. They are trying to inflict pain on the children of Zimbabwe. We want people who are patriotic. If we're talking about politics, don't come here and tell me that the people that died in Zimbabwe, I don't have the heart for the people. You look at your statement. But I said we want to thank the government of Comrade Idim Nangagwa for bringing more vaccines. That's why the death rate has gone down. A lot of people have been vaccinated. Giving a positive note on that. What we are doing is we are trying by all means to trash everything that the government is doing. That's your thing.
But Mr.
If you want us to go that route of not being patriotic, you know what? I'm not interested in debating politics with people like you, Zoko.
No, but Mr. Charumbira, we know you as a level-headed guy, so there's no need to threaten each other. This is an open discussion. People have their views. That's why we bring in different views, different people.
They are not
Yeah.
make sure that he understands the point. Someone is going to write letters that we should not get the money that we are supposed to get. Every country is getting the money. But someone, the opposition, your party, is going to
Can you stop saying lies here?
Gibbs, chip in, Gibbs.
Yes, so Mr. Sokora, we are going to give you just about a few minutes to respond. Go ahead, sir.
The MDC Alliance has never, at any time, written any letter to stop the Zimbabwean people or the Zimbabwean government from getting any money anyway. What Mr. Regis is saying here are total lies, and I'm not surprised because that's the nature of ZANU-PF, to come on public broadcast and threaten people and feed Zimbabweans with lies. Izvozvi tikuchatonzwa mangwana vachiva vachitaura kuti Zimbabwe under sanctions. Ma-sanctions api vachipiwa $1 billion ne-IMF. Ma-sanctions api avari kutaura varegis, America ichisapota Zimbabwe zvakadaro, UK ichipa millions of dollars achienda kuZimbabwe zvakadaro, Europe ichiramba ichiendesa millions of dollars zvakadaro. Ivo vamunangagwa chaivo vane makambani avanoshanda navo muno muAmerica atinoziva, ane mazita atinoziva, neku-United Kingdom ari kuita basa ravo anonzi ma-public relations companies. Saka vanotaura kuti ma-sanctions acho ndeapi vachiwana rubatsiro rwakadaro kubva kunyika dzavanogara vachingonongedzera. Kana paine zviri kuitika ngazviitike muZimbabwe, asi ngavaregedze kunongedzera MDC Alliance. Hakuna tsamba yakanyorwa. Totodawo kuti vana veZimbabwe vabatsirikane. Totoendawo tinokumbira mari, tinokumbira kuti batsirai vanhu vedu vari kufa neCOVID uku. Ndo zvatinotoita. Saka zviri kutaurwa navaregis izvo ndezvekugotsi kwatsuro. Hakuna munhu akambonyora tsamba achiti Zimbabwe isapiwe mari.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sokoro. Now we're joined by Mr. Sipho Ngulube, who is based in South Africa. He's a political commentator. Baba Ngulube, sawamukela kuhlelo baba.
Ngiyabonga baba Dube, ngiyabonga njani lonke ba.
Siyabonga kakhulu ye uthi sosingenile kuhlelo. So akutsho baba lapha Ngulube ukuthi nxa ukhangela khona lapha eSouth Africa, so kulenye variant le ye-COVID okuthiwa i-C.1.2 lizwa kuthiwani ngayo le?
Izwakalisa ivelile kwamanye ama-province baba Dube, mbona ngani babale about 6 province. But bathi bayi-dictator long back, but ayikabi ku-state esethusayo, but asikwazi ukuthi kuzahamba njani. But kuyasethusa njengabe bethi November i-4th wave izaba khona, singazi ukuthi kuyabe sokuyiyo njengoba sesihlabele lokhu sokuzadingeka siphinde sihlabe, kusihlalise evalweni sibili. Asilazi iqiniso lakhona.
Singathi manje vele liphila njani kona manje, siyakwazi ukuthi kade kule variant leyi evela kule India iDelta leyo. So ke liphila njani vele khona?
As it is manje, bekungani kulama changes, ama-numbers are going down, business is coming a little bit big to normal, loba sisese ku-level 4 le. But ezibhedlela kulama changes akuseyikho lokho bekukhona ngama-last 3-4 weeks back. Izibhedlela i-pressure, it seems ukuthi there is a change, there is improvements.
And we, on another note, we hear that the government officials who are going to attend this year's edition of Zim Expo here in Dallas, Texas. So it's all about trying to find out what the diaspora wants in terms of, investing back home and any other issues. What would you wish the government to do for you? What can the government do for you in terms of you living in South Africa? What do you want?
We just want a good climate at home, political climate where we can go back and work, invest, trust the government, trust the situation, trust everything. Maybe we should learn 1 or 2 lessons from what just happened in Zambia. With the opposition and the government is not enemies, it's just political rival. After elections, we continue with life.
So do you trust the government right now that is in power in Zimbabwe?
No, we don't trust it. We don't trust. That's why we are all over the countries. We are even scared to invest. That very little we are scared to invest at home. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. We are not, even if you want to settle home, but you're not sure what's going to happen tomorrow.
Yeah, so
Ngithi uhulumende asimthembi baba Dube, asikwazi okungenzeka eZimbabwe kunjengomkhathi, uyalala namhla izulu lisina kusasa uvuke kutshiswa ilanga, asiyazi isimo sekhaya. siyesaba nje lokuthi sihambe ekhaya awo lobu ufuna ukuhamba uyafaka okuyisenti kwakho yabo akwazi ukuthi uzakuthola konke kuyisenti kwesinye isikhathi uyakushiya ebhenki kuyi-1000 kuvuke sokuyi-$1 eliyi-1 asikwazi asiqiniso nje
kodwa abanye bathi lesaba umnyama ongelampisi
hayi ukuthi kwesaba umnyama ongalampisi phela akabe khona oyedwa osehambile wayabona ukuthi kwenzakalani ngoba siyakwazi iqiniso siyalazi sonke yikho ngilinganisa ngokuthi ngabe kunjengezambia ezambia ama-elections edlule they are over elections they are continuing with life soku-invest abantu they are going back to normal life ekhaya uyesaba nje uyesaba la manje nxa besithi sesaba umnyama ongalampisi manje nje mina nginje I'm planning ukuthatha i-passport zabantwana I have to spend 15,000 for i-passport yabantu abangu-3 5,000 for i-passport and we are even struggling to get ama-forms passport I have to pay 300 just to log in to have an appointment is a challenge.
Jonga, there you are.
Yes, Gibbs, I'm trying to connect with Dr. Tonderai Taylor of ZimExpo. He's the ZimExpo board chair, but I'm trying to call him. And while I was trying to do that, I lost Mr. Charumbira.
We still have Mr. Ntini, I think, yes.
Yes.
Go ahead.
But what I just wanted to know maybe is how Zimbabweans in South Africa are coping with this new variant, because we understand last time when the Delta variant was discovered, some Zimbabweans decided to return home for a while things cool down. I don't know how things are this time around. As the gentleman in South Africa.
Ngolobe.
Yeah, sorry, it's not out of hand yet. We heard from the news that there is another variant, but we haven't seen it on the ground as last time. So still life as usual. People went back home because they lost jobs. Of course, even now people are losing jobs, but we can't say it's because of the current variant. We haven't seen this variant so far, but the situation is bad.
Thank you so much. Gibbs?
Now, Mr. Ntini, looking at the way things are happening, in terms of the Zim Expo edition this year, there are some government representatives attending the Zim Expo, which is going to be convened this weekend. So tell us, what would you wish could come out of the Zim Expo in terms of the diaspora policy? Because they're going around saying Zimbabwe is ready for investment, Zimbabwe is ready for business, is open for business, and all those kind of things. Can you talk around those issues?
Yeah, I really do appreciate these Expo guys. I know quite a few of them during my time when I was in the DC area. I think especially the gentleman that is now in Atlanta. But I think Zimbabwe can be open for business. We can say it's open for business, but if if things on the ground are not fixed, if the politics is not fixed, the economy is not fixed, it is hard to invest at home. Like what Nkulu was saying, you may, have in the banking that you have, a cow. You may wake up tomorrow, you are being told that your cows have turned out to be donkeys because they don't have one currency. If I go in today to Zimbabwe with my US dollars, there's no guarantee that I'll be able to get my capital out, that I'll be able to get my profit out. They need to fix this issue of the currency. If they can stick with the US dollars only, let that be. If they want to go with the bond note, let that be. They cannot have more than one currency and expect people to bring in their hard-earned cash with no safeguards or no promises that you'll be able to get your money out. So that's a big issue for me. So Zim Expo, yes, I do appreciate them coming out every year or every other year. If I were to attend this one, I think the only thing that I'll go there for is to renew my passport if they have someone who's coming out to help us renew our passports. But other than that, it's hard really to sell Zimbabwe to anyone that is outside of Zimbabwe right now. Mina umbono wami izim expo into enhle kakhulu ngoba iyasiconnecta labasekhaya kumbe ngabameli begovernment abasekhaya, kodwa iqiniso ukuthi kuzima ukuthi umuntu ethathe imali yakhe kumbe ukuthi uconvince abantu abalezimali ukuthi bethathe imali yabo ehambise eZimbabwe, ngoba kulenhlupho ezithize. Okwepolitiki kumele kulungiswe, okwe-economy kumele kulungiswe, ikakhulu i-economy sikhangela indaba ye-currency. They need to pick one currency, behlale le currency yodwa, okwenza ukuthi mina ngingena mina le mali yami ngama-US dollars ngama-pound, ngiyazi ukuthi hhayi nxa sengifuna ukukhipha imali yami ngizakwanisa ukuyikhipha, nxa sengithola ama-profit ami ngiyakwanisa ukuthi ngiwakhiphe elizweni leZimbabwe. But khathesi kule ngozi yokuthi ngingahamba bisama-US dollars ami engavuka setshintshile sokuthiwa sengamapondi kusasa. Yilo uhlupho olukhona ikakhulu, kodwa mina ngokwami nxa izim-expo sibili iqhubeka, nxa ukuthi bengaba lethuba lokuyafika khona, into ade engayenzayo ukuthi ngiye-renew i-passport yami, kodwa ngaphandle kwalokho angiboni ukuthi ngingazama ukukhomvinsa omunye umuntu ukuthi ayi-investe eZimbabwe ngalesi sikhathi. Kumele kulunge izinto ezithize engizitshilo eze-economy lezepolitiki.
Yes, siyakuzwa kakhulu-ke Jonga.
Yes, Gibbs, I'm still trying to call Dr. Tonderai Taylor, the ZimExpo board chair, but unfortunately he's not picking up because he was traveling to Dallas, Texas, where the ZimExpo is happening. But I think we can hear from Mr. Jokora, your take, Mr. Jokora, on the ZimExpo, and mostly looking at the issue of diaspora policy, where we understand that there are government officials there to respond to any queries about that, and also explaining to Zimbabweans the benefits of the diaspora policy.
I want to appreciate the organizers of ZimExpo. It's a good thing that they're doing. They bring Zimbabweans together. We as the MDC Alliance will be there represented by our branch in Texas, Dallas. We have always had a relationship with ZimExpo. We always go there and display. Like now, we have a stand there, and any people that want to know more about the presence of the MDC Alliance in North America can go and discuss. And in the pursuant discussions that will be ongoing with the Zimbabwean community and the Zimbabwean government, we will be fully represented by our branch chairperson there, Advocate Masie, who will obviously be representing the interests of Zimbabweans here in North America, especially those affiliated to the MDC Alliance. And coming back to the issue of engagement by the government, we welcome that spirit of engagement. We welcome that it has finally dawned on the government that there are people in Zimbabwe, that the Zimbabwean government now fully recognize and realize that there are Zimbabweans who are out there who should be equal partners in the development of the country. We just hope that they're not just coming because they're thinking the diaspora remittances are going to die down, because there's been a lot of talk, a lot of noise about Zimbabweans stopping the diaspora remittances because their voices are not being heard. So I sincerely hope that the government will be consulting in sincerity, that when they hear what Zimbabweans are going to say, what Zimbabweans are going to give to them at the expo, they'll go back home and implement that honestly. What we've seen in the years, because this is not the first time that the government has tried to come out and lure Zimbabweans to go back to Zimbabwe. They come here, they get the people's concerns, and then when they go back to Zimbabwe, they go back to their old ways, to what they've been doing in the past 40 years, that they don't recognize Zimbabweans. We in the diaspora have been asking the government to allow the diaspora vote, to allow Zimbabweans in the diaspora to exercise their constitutional right, as what is happening with Mozambicans, Zambians, Malawians, and other Africans in our region, who are allowed to vote from where they are. So we hope that they will seriously consider that plea because we have always said that there shouldn't be any taxation without representation, and there shouldn't be, nothing that should be discussed about us, decisions made about us without us. So hopefully they will listen. As we are speaking right now, as Zimbabweans are in North America, we are preparing for a very big demonstration at the United Nations in New York, where our theme is around the issue of the diaspora vote. We are fighting for the diaspora vote. The government has to listen. The government has to ensure that in 2023, every Zimbabwean who is entitled by the Constitution to vote is allowed to vote. And we are not only demanding the diaspora vote, but we are demanding the diaspora voter together with the all the safety precautions that go with it. We don't want the diaspora vote to be used by the government as a potential source of rigging. So we'll be there in New York. Chief Nduweni will be flying all the way from the United Kingdom, and we'll be having some people from Zimbabwe and other countries that will be coming to be in solidarity with us as Zimbabweans. So as they are here, the officials are from the government. They should listen to what they are going to, the people are going to say. Our chairman definitely is going to put up a good representation in as far as the diaspora vote is concerned.
Thank you so much, Gibbs. We have Mr. Charumbira Vusango on the phone. We can hear from him before we go to our other guest. Charumbira Vusango, ndofunga muchinzwa zvavitaurwa navadzokora.
Yes, I think ndapindira nechepakati. I think the last three quarter of his message.
Okay, regai ndingokupa highlight. Vanga vachitaura pamusoro pe Zim Expo iriko yezvino, vatanga vachitaura kuti aiva vanotenda nekurumbidza varongi vemutambo iwe weZim Expo vari kuorganize, vachitaura kuti aiva vanhu vari kukwanisa kuti vabatanidze vana veZimbabwe vari kunze kwenyika. Pamusoro pezvo vanga vachitsanangura, pamazopinda vanga vachitaura nenyaya yediaspora policy nezvavanofunga kuti zvinofanira kunge zvichiitwa. Ndofunga ndo pamazopindira ipapo. Taura henyu.
Ndotenda zvikuru. Ndotenda mashoko ataurwa navadzokora pa3 quarter of the message plus zvamaenda mashoko akanaka zvikuru iwawo. Ndotanga nediaspora vote. I think diaspora vote isu as ZANU-PF will still stand with the government and the ZEC mandate. Yokuti there is quite a lot that that needs to be put together. Kuti diaspora vote ibude. Diaspora vote haizoblockwa based on zvinofungwa sometimes neopposition kuti ZANU-PF inotya kuti inodyiwa. ZANU-PF ine a big following with diaspora. Right now the diaspora policy yakutoformalization yacho yakutopera. I don't know indakatopiwa ndakatotumisirwa the formalities acho ediaspora. Vadzokora kana muri kuNew York kana muri kuAmerica, conductai embassy yenyu mupuwe document iroro rinenge ratova almost to maturity. Moriverenga moona kuti government position yacho padiaspora ndeichi. Inenge ndikumbira ndechekuti sevana veZimbabwe kana tichidebate ngatidebate tine muono wekuti it's not about us, it's about the people at large, Zimbabwe at large. It's even about the children of Zimbabwe who will come after us, generations to come. Now we see this development in Ikoko Expo. I think this is not a new development. Dubai, food, it's being done all over the world. Zimbabwean embassies and Zimbabwean foreign affairs are good try by all means to make sure that they mobilize and they make it of Zimbabwean origin whoever they are to understand that yes, you can be in the diaspora. We really appreciate what you are doing, but at the end of the day, you have to put all that you are doing out here to your country, because there's a lot of brains in Zimbabwe in terms of economy, politics, or whatever, social lives and all that. So it's a very good development. This is not political. You come together and you showcase what you showcase. There's quite a lot of people from Zimbabwe who are expertise in various areas. And we want to thank also the government and the foreign affairs offices for initiating this development, because without this, it will be difficult for us to continue to showcase our country. I would want to say, as Zimbabweans, we should look at how beautiful our country is, the heritage, the culture, the traditions of our country. If we can come together like other countries, and we look at our country together without using too much of politics, because sometimes we do involve too much politics in each and every bit of our discussion. Some of our discussions, they don't need politics. It does not matter which political group you belong to or you affiliate to. We can have constructive discussions about building our country, Zimbabwe, without, because the moment we align ourselves to political figures, then we start taking the hate if it's there, and the division that is there between those leaders. So now what I'm urging, and I've been always saying this, if you recall, that we as people in the diaspora, Zimbabweans, why can't we sometimes have discussions that don't include politics? You and me, Zokora, we can do something, we can formalize things, we can come up with plans and a lot of things that we can do to build our nation without politics. Because the moment we involve politics, then we start looking at each other with different eyes. And I don't want to continue doing that, and I don't also want you to continue doing that, because the moment we do that, we will continue to push Zimbabwe backwards instead of forward. Look at Dubai. Look at where they are. Look at Singapore. Look at other countries. Even in Africa itself, there are some countries that if you meet South Africans, if you meet people from Malawi, I meet Malawians all the time. They talk about politics, but they talk lightly about politics. They value the relationship that they have abroad than the relationship that they have politically back home. So this is what I want to extend to my colleagues in FTC. That for us to build this Zimbabwe, we have to start engaging each other, not always politically, but economically and socially. Once we do that, because politics comes after our economy and our social activity. We meet together, we eat, then we talk about politics. We don't just meet and talk about politics. So the current government will come in. Some of us, we are relatives. But sometimes when you talk about politics, we start pointing fingers at things that are not needed. And then we start corrupting discussions that are not needed. Zimbabweans who are listening, they don't want to continue hearing rhetoric. They want to see substance. So I want to thank the government, the foreign affairs offices for what they initiated over there in America. Those who are there, they can go. As far as the demo session that Zokora was talking about, that in the way other people are coming, we are also aware of that demonstration. We are always actually there in New York during that time. We are there to defend the sovereignty of our party as ZANU-PF and also the position of the government. So we will meet there on the streets of New York by the UN there. You know where we always meet. And if we're going to have some dialogue, I would think that meeting for a demonstration, it does not feed anything to our people. It does not give food to anyone's mouth. But it was going to be good for us to meet there and discuss about ways we can improve the economic, political situations of our country. Not to just go in New York and stand and shout.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Vusango. So, Babungulube, your last word, say.
I'm happy to hear such a good statement from ZANU-PF, but is it practice on the ground? Do Zimbabweans do that? Do ZANU-PF preach that kind of statement to the population on the ground? I wonder. Hey, thanks very much to everyone. I think we have got a hope. I don't know what's going to happen next.
Yeah, kulma langa sintu konapo ke ngamafshamba.
Ithi mina baba Dube angazi ngiyathaba ukuzwa ubaba lo wezana ekhuluma kuhle kangaka, but okungimangazayo ukuthi ukukhuluma lokho akukhuluma kuhle kangaka ku radio ku ground bayakuchumayeza yini abantu ku ground ngoba siyazi okwenzakala ku ground ukuthi kwehlukile kakhulu la lokho kwenzakala.
Yes.
eZimbabwe Expo le siyayiqala ukuyizwa thina lapho kule South Africa le population eningi yeZimbabwe, kanti indaba ingabuyi yona iZimbabwe Expo le.
Yeah, ingapha ke kwele America siyabonga kakhulu. Babuntini 10 seconds vala khona baba. 10 seconds a second.
No, thank you, Mr. Dube, and thank you, Mr. Joker, for inviting us. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think we've come to the end of the show, Jonga. We wish to thank our guests this evening, Mr. Tawanda Sokora of the MTC Alliance in North America, Mr. Richard Vusango of ZANU-PF is also in North America, Mr. Sipongulube, who is a political activist based in South Africa, and Mr. Busani Mbusontini, a commentator based in New York, USA. Signing off is Gibbs Dube in Washington, D.C., saying, good night, Zimbabwe.
Neni Jonga Kandemire ndichitosangana zvakare mune zvimwe zvirongwa zvestudio 7 mwarara zvakanaka vateereri.
Good night.